Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Mendte. The investigative hearings continue in Trenton into the Katie Brennan scandal. And the investigators are starting to get upset because they're getting very few answers. Our Dawn Stensland-Mendte was there at the last hearing.
Larry, we're dozens of hours into these hearings on the so-called Murphy Me Too sex assault scandal, but lawmakers are telling me they still have so many questions that incredibly remain unanswered. Many of these questions very simple. The top transition team lawyer for Governor Phil Murphy testified he never told senior officials to keep Murphy in the dark about a rape allegation. Raj Parik's testimony appears to contradict earlier testimony of Murphy's former chief of staff, Pete Camerano. A revelation after a question asked by Senator Loretta Weinberg.
At any point, did you direct any of the aforementioned not to tell the governor?
I did not.
This was the 6th day-long public hearing at the State House before the special legislative committee that's investigating how Governor Murphy's campaign, transition, and administration handled Katie Brennan's allegation that a campaign staffer raped her in April of 2017 after a Murphy event. State lawmakers on the bipartisan committee still have important questions for the governor, his inner circle, and for both prosecutors who have declined to file criminal charges against Albert J. Alvarez, who claims the encounter was consensual. Brennan's attorneys claim the case was bungled from the beginning, saying Katie was denied a grand jury, a trial, and justice. Many of these lawmakers have told me they agree.
Must prove, either have a videotape of the assault happening, have some sort of physical injury to themselves, or why bother coming forward? And I think that's a bad precedent.
So as a lawmaker, as a woman,
right.
You know, NJ Casa, Patricia's here.
Right.
What's your message?
My message is to other women who are out there, do not let this hinder you. If you have been a victim, come forward, tell your story. Let us work as legislators on better ways of ensuring, you want to always have the appropriate balance between justice and fairness and accused and victims, but yet we have to enable a victim to at least have a proper process and allow, her story or his story to be told.
Brennan remains in her job as a housing official. Her civil case continues against the state, the governor, and Alvarez, who resigned last October from his $170,000 a year job as chief of staff for the school's development authority. Committee members say they've been denied straight answers, such as who hired Alvarez.
This is an individual who was put in charge of over 200 people, making a high six-figure salary, and nobody knows how or why he was hired. It just makes no sense. And so I think that there's a lot of open-ended questions that on its face should have been easy to answer that makes you just wonder who's actually in charge.
And so the hearings continue. The next one is scheduled for February 4th. We will be here. Reporting for Jersey Matters, Dawn Stensland-Mendte.
All right, thank you, Dawn. When we come back, we're going to take you to an angry public hearing with residents who say they want the stink taken out of the air. We'll explain when Jersey Matters continues.